Giants, some of the Panthers, just a bunch of them. Yeah, I met with the Steelers on the first night. Yeah. It was a pretty cool interview. I mean, he was really, just it was just talking to him. It was pretty kind of a relaxed interview, really. Yeah, I mean, I really kind of just try to watch everyone and just kind of pick and choose from them. I really don't have like somebody that I really like try to like, you know, really model my game after, but just kind of like pick stuff from everybody. Yeah, I mean, especially when I ended up, choosing Arkansas, that was really my main reason for, going there is because they, talking to them, they were going to allow me to be, versatile and, keep that ability to get after the passer, but as well as, experience, playing the middle. Yeah, I mean, moving around a lot, you kind of have to, adapt all the time. So, I mean, there's always a changing environment. So, I mean, it's, I think it's good having to, overcome a lot of challenges. Yeah, yes, sir. No, no, sir. Um, I mean, I've always really, been on the offensive side of the ball. I was a quarterback starting out, played a little running back, receiver, and I kind of always um, thought my athletic ability was like kind of one of my strengths. So I really wanted to, make the move back to onto my feet, and really kind of felt comfortable, making that decision. Um, it's really just kind of been a move that I just kind of naturally started doing and just kind of worked a couple of times, just kept doing it. So. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, wasn't too good at throwing the ball, but was pretty good at running the ball. So, ended up playing, a little bit of receiver and running back after that. So, yeah, I mean, most of the teams I've talked to is really, staying in that middle. And, that's one of the first questions whenever I really go in the room is where do I see myself in this league? And, I really, always kind of tell them it's in the middle of the field. But, yeah. Yeah, I met with the Bucks last night. Yeah, it was a formal. I mean, it's. I feel like it's kind of like an instinct, kind of a feeling thing. You kind of know when he's about ready to take off. I mean, there has to be a timer in your head. As a quarterback, there's a timer in your head, and if it hits that certain time, you better, kind of get moving, or else you're gonna, get some pressure. No, I haven't met with the Cowboys formally or informally. I thought it went pretty well. It kind of just took me through, some film and just some of their defense a little bit, and I thought it was a really good interview overall. Huh? Favorite players like growing up? Um, I mean, I really, enjoyed, watching like a T.J. Watt. Kind of a big fan of, Vander Esch just because, he's from Idaho and I was from Oregon growing up. So I mean, but other than that, I mean, yeah. TJ, I mean, I really like watching, his, rushing the passer. I think he's really good, obviously. But I really like kind of try to, uh, kind of match his style, especially when he rushes. I think we're, kind of similar, building stuff like that. I mean, my thing really is, if I'm not communicating, then I'm probably not comfortable myself. So I kind of feel like I have to communicate, and I really, feel comfortable doing that, and something I feel like I have to do. My agent's Kyle McCarthy, and I'm training at a Proactive in Los Angeles. I mean, not really. I mean, you have to communicate as a defense. If everyone's not on the same page, you're gonna have busts, and you're gonna cost your team, and really everyone just has to be on the same page. So communication is the most important part of the game. You know, I really, played outside linebacker 2 years, played inside linebacker 1 year, and I'm pretty raw at both spots. But you know, there's a lot to improve on. But I mean, like I said, the versatility part. I mean, I feel pretty comfortable that I can, cover a pass, get after the quarterback, and stop the run. So, um, probably, the biggest challenge for me at first, especially, was from playing outside to inside. Was, I mean, there's a lot more to look at when you're back there. I mean, there's a lot more reads, a lot more keys, but you kind of gain that with experience, and that's something I need to gain a little experience in that spot. Yeah, just really just being able to be on my feet again. I've always trusted my speed, my athleticism. Felt comfortable in space, but yeah, huh? No, I haven't met with the Dolphins yet. Yeah, so sophomore year, played a few games, ended up having a Bennett's fracture in my right thumb, and came back. Really wasn't playing too much, and kind of always thought about making the switch to middle, and the portal was a big thing at that time, and kind of opened up my options. Um, I mean, it's changed it a lot. I mean, you kind of see, it's just, I mean, a lot of money getting exchanged and stuff like that. But yeah. Um, I mean, I think there's pros and cons to everything. I mean, there's always you know negative decisions, but there's always positives coming out of it. But yeah, you said what?
Where would you list mental as what number would it be in terms of the best traits that you bring to the field as a linebacker?
Yeah, I mean, I think the mental side of the game. Like I said, my dad was a coach growing up, so I mean, football has always been a part of my life, and I think that my mental side is probably one of my better traits. I'm really comfortable playing at any spot on the football field. Yeah, I mean, really, and everyone I thought in the room, was pretty, uh, it wasn't like it was just a good interview, everyone is, pretty, it was just kind of relaxed, just yeah, 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 yes sir. It was a formal, yeah. Yeah, good coach, obviously, but I really like that, defensive scheme and stuff. I could kind of see myself, fitting in that defense, and it would be fun to play in for sure. Yeah, yes, sir. Yeah, I mean, my first time sitting in a team meeting, I was, 3 years old. So I mean, I've been around football, forever, and he's been my coach too. So growing up, yeah.